Hey guys, it's Maleena. So today I will be showing you how to make your own planter pot and just kind of going through the process and things you kind of want to keep track of while you're doing it. So this is going to be the finished product. Right now I have it kind of laid out for myself beforehand so I can see, and I went through a lot of trial and error with this as well. So step one is going to be to pick your pot. So here we have some neutral pots. So I wanted to go with a lot more color. Just to kind of bring it to life. So you'll also want to do a measurement. You'll want to do a measurement for your pot. See, how much space you're doing. So this pot here is going to be a 15 by 15 pot. So I kind of based up the plants off of what, my measurements were. Something that you also want to keep in mind when you're making these is whether you're going to have it against a wall or if you're going to have it somewhere where people are walking around it. So for this situation, we're kind of basing it off of if it was against a wall. So we have the taller things in the back, the middle area, and then the lower down. It's technically the correct terms for what we're doing today is going to be, this is the thriller, these are the fillers, and these are the spillers. So that's kind of the terms that we go through when we're looking at a pot, and it just adds definition and keeps it, kind of interesting. First things first, I chose my rock. I looked at the bottom of my pot to see what the hole looked like. You don't really want your rock to be so small that it falls through the hole. So for this hole, it's not too terribly small. So I got some just regular 3/4 inch rock, and I'm just going to put it all at the very bottom. This helps with drainage. It helps keep, dirt from falling out the bottom, and just keeps it clean. And this will also help weigh down your planter so that, if the wind gets to it, it's not going to just fall over. Kind of level that out in the bottom, and then I get my dirt, and I just start filling it. I'm going to use just about 2 of these 7 gallons full, just to get to the point where I am able to actually plant these plants. I'm going to go ahead and just level it out a little bit. All right, so here, our first one I'm going to put in is going to be our Apostle Iris. I'm just going to kind of loosen it up. And then I like to give it a little bit of a loosen up because this is a pretty big block of dirt that we don't really need all of. And don't worry about all the dirt around. We're going to be spraying it with water to clean it up at the end. So here, I'm going to set this down here. Just kind of make sure it's level and centered and everything. Righty. And this way I can fit my 2 1-gallon Angelonia on the side. And another thing you want to keep track of while you're doing this is what kind of plants you're putting in. Will they need full sun, same amount of watering, no sun? So pretty much all of these plants are going to be able to take the full sun. So I'm going to get my Angelonia, loosen it up. Loosen this up. I'm going to actually loosen it up over a separate pot. These are great for pollinators, bees, butterflies. I love them. Set that there up against the iris so that really fills it in. And go with our zinnias. These are also really great pollinator plants. If you lose some roots along the process, don't worry, it's not a big deal. See how this is too far down? I'm going to go ahead and add some dirt just so it can be a little bit more level with the rest of the plants. And And the dirt that I am using is our Black Cow Black Velvet manure dirt. It's just dirt, manure, and a little bit of mold. So go ahead and set that there. And we're gonna add some more dirt. My next plant is going to be another zinnia. I chose orange and yellow zinnias, but they come in all kinds of colors. And you don't have to worry too much if you lose a little bit of roots through the process. As long as you're not losing all of them, you should be okay. So here we go for that one. Add a little bit more on this side. Because if your dirt isn't level at the bottom for all the plants, and they all have different, levels that they're going to need for the dirt. If it's not level, it's not going to really look right when you plant it. Space there. Alrighty. I'm just kind of checking to make sure it's all even on each side. And again, not everything is perfect. I'm going to put a little bit more dirt under this one to kind of bring the sides up to be a little more level. And that way it's not so hidden in the back there. Alrighty. Now it's time for our Creepin' Jenny. This is going to be our spiller. And this will just add a really nice touch and kind of bring it all together. So this one I'm actually going to be planting this way so that it really does fall on the side. So I'm going to kind of angle the way that I pull apart the dirt so that it can kind of set in the pot at an angle. Got a little guy in there. And this one I always take a little bit more time because it is kind of it is an odd shape to be putting in a pot. And I need a little bit more dirt in there. There we go. And that way it's kind of angled. Sits a lot better than if you were just put it upright. So now the next step is just filling in around the plants, getting any dirt that is needed in there for them. So around this side I'm just going to put some dirt. Filling in. And again, we will clean this up at the end. We're all going to need a little bit of water after this traumatic experience. It's really just going around and just throwing dirt in places that, are kind of lacking. And don't forget to get the back. If this is going up against the wall, don't forget to get the back because that area is not going to have much dirt. So right back here along here, you're going to want to add some extra soil. And you may have to add some more once you water because this soil is going to settle down. So you may have to add some more once you do your first water or two or whenever you want to get to it. All right. So now I'm just going to go ahead and kind of filled. I'm just going to do a double check and kind of make sure everything is in its spot. This is a great time to just judge it up, make sure it is where you want it. If anything's leaning, add some dirt near it. Alrighty, so here is the finished product. Some of the plants are kind of looking a little bit droopy because when you water them, they don't have the weight to hold themselves up. So no worries, it's not dead. So once they kind of dry out, they sit in the sun for a little bit longer, this will be kind of what you're looking at. And obviously these are really customizable, and you can get them done here at the yard stop. We'll factor in the price, we can do deliveries. So come on down and get your pot potted.